Okay, I'm back. It's Rabbi here. Are you? I'm going to show the rest of the mail day that I have, and some of the mail came in. I pulled out some of the inspiration for some of the other stuff I got. Some of the stuff, and I'll tell you that is not part of this mail day. It's just part of my collection of stuff. But anyway, getting back to it, we have. I did get that Mickey Mantle Salada tea. Um, that's the big one in the set, just like any Mickey Mantle that you can get as an insert, a coin, a card, a giant, whatever. Mickey Mantle is always the most expensive, and that's I heard. What was that guy? Billy Ballgame. He says that's the New York or the Yankee curse. If you want to be a collector of Yankees cards, you have to pay the Yankee curse or the Yankee equity. But anyway, nice. Once again, on the back of the card, it says a lot of tea and junket. So it's truly a salada tea. The next thing goes along with my Yankee cards for the T206 Laporte. It's a nice card. It's a little creasing in it, but it's nicely centered, so I'm not too concerned. It's not on the face, but it's a crease that goes through it. The back is pretty clean, which you can see that crease pretty good on the back. But well and good. And I only have let's see, the T206s have like 20 Yankees, and I have about 12 of them, 12 or 13 of them. So it's just one more down. So that's a nice card. Okay, so the next thing I got, I mentioned earlier about Mitchell's and Son cigarette cards. And it was a suggestion as one of the top 5 cards to get. So I went out and got the whole set, but the cards that were that was mentioned on there was the James Braddock, and they didn't really mention that there was a Joe Louis also, but when I started looking at the cards, I went to one of these websites that actually gives you the potential of cut and pasting into a spreadsheet the whole list. I go, it's only 50 cards, so let's do it. So I started looking around. They're not very expensive at all, and they're 1936 cards. So they're pre-war and pretty nice. This is it's 1936 card, but this is the 1935 gallery of the cards. So I see Steve Mitchell and Sons. These are British cards, and I'm going to show you next another set of cards. But when I saw these, I was playing around on Etsy, and I found a Mitchell's and Son tobacco can, which is pretty cool. And to get like memorabilia or additional things for your set or your collection that you can put the cards in, or put something, or just have the additional memorabilia, which I did with this. So I got the complete Mitchell and Sons 1936 set, minus the Walt Disney. I'll be working on that over the year. And I got a 10. So that's really cool. So the next is these cards I've been buying. There's a set of Britain's Defenders, and these are pretty cool cards. Let's see if I can focus it in. At the periscope of the submarine. And next one is Cruisers in Line Ahead. That's pretty cool. Vickers. Now, Vickers was an English maker of aircraft pre-World War II. Pretty much the English fighter planes in World War One, and going after that commercial was the Vickers plant. Loading bombs on a Vicker bomber. And modern searchlight. I guess World War One. So a pretty nice set. I mean, I'm not sure how many cards are in this set. I just noticed that the same seller who sold the Mitchells was selling these, and like 11 cards for $10. I said, I'll get them because I like pre-war. I like definitely military stuff, and I thought these were fun to look at. That's definitely a howitzer. You know, that's World War One right there. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so those are my my British Defenders, and these were a 1938 set. Pretty cool. Okay, the next thing I got in the mail was so I don't know. It must have been about 6 months ago. I saw a video by John Mangini, and he was talking about Kogan chips. And I have Kogan chips. I had a couple of them, but I didn't have some of the things that. And I just recently saw that there was Kogan chips, but these are much bigger and much newer. These are like 2020 or 2018. But I picked up a few of them, of these Kogan chips, which this is the size of a regular Kogan chip. But when I was getting these chips, I started looking at my old set. I pulled it out. So there is two types of canisters. There's the violet chips, and I put a card I bought. I put it in there. It's a Chicago White Sox guy. Doesn't matter. I'm just kidding. And the other one is, well, that was violet, and this is mint, and you know, pretty cool stuff. So I have like now a somewhat a complete set, and I actually got this box, which I put a Kogan chip advertisement on it, thinking, oh, what the hell? Might as well gussy up my collection of Kogan chips. So, which was funny, I haven't looked at this in a long time, and my girlfriend was laughing at that they made violets. So we were at a store, and I thought she just bought it for herself, but she bought some violet candies, and it was sitting in this box, which I just noticed now when I pull this box out. So I'll just keep it in the box. Okay, so that's that. Okay, what's next? I got that. Okay, so I showed all those. Okay, so the last thing I have here to show off is these first aid covers with autographs. Now, I mentioned that I have been a card collector, a stamp collector ever since I can remember. My mom was a big stamp collector, and I used to go all the stamp shows that she used to go to, which I remember distinctly because it was like the smokiest room that you could ever walk into. And as a little kid, I couldn't even breathe through the smoke. But my mom was a very serious collector, and she collected mostly U.S., but she did some worldwide stuff, a lot of European stuff. But pretty much, but a subset of her collecting was first aid covers. So we have here a Bobby Richardson, a Joel Sewell, a Don Larson, Johnny Mize, and Tommy Henrich. I got a lot of Tommy Henrich memorabilia. I used to sit down with him and talk to him here in Arizona when he used to come do things. And he's got some unbelievable stories. But that's my first day covers I picked up. So I think that's all. Obviously, I'm showing my friend Tarkenton off, which I got there in the mail. But so that's all of this, my mail day group that I got. Once again, I appreciate everybody listening in. If you made it to the end, and it's around 13 minutes right now. If you made it to the end, thank you. I have not said this before, but if you like the content that I'm giving, please subscribe, give me a like. If you think I suck at this, give me a comment. I don't care what you say. So with that, on, I'm out.